Said we are going to touch base with the Minister of Labour, Small and Micro Enterprise Development, Ms. Jenifer Baptiste Primus. She's joining us now via phone to talk about some of the things that her ministry is doing, some of the things that it would have done since the PNM took office in 2015. Minister, good morning.
Good morning, Rishi. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I just want to make a very, if you would permit me,
Sure.
short amendment to the description of the ministry. It is Ministry of Labour and Small Enterprise Development, not micro.
All right, thank you very much for the correction there, Minister. Recently, on the September 4th, the ministry would have had the launch of the discussion for the Labour legislative reform agenda.
Yes, indeed. What we thought to do is to update Trinidad and Tobago with regards to the work that we have been doing at the ministry regarding labour legislation and a status report, because, you know, we have been involved in several multi-party consultations. As a matter of fact, those consultations started as far back as January 2016, and to date we have been engaged in a historic about 30 consultation where we looked at the need for amendments, and I'll just highlight a few: the Cooperative Societies Act, the Industrial Relations Act, the Retrenchment and Severance Benefit Act, legislation governing the employment of contract labor, Cipriani College of Labor and Cooperatives, and the Occupational Safety and Health Act, the Trade Union, and recently we consulted on the Foreign Labor Contract and the Employment of Exchange Act and the Recruiting of Workers Act. Now, all these consultations are meant to amend labor legislation, which really and truly would be more applicable to our labor market environment, which keeps changing and evolving. And it is also meant to implement and update our regulations and standards to health and safety at the workplace. And in the final analysis, we would streamline our laws and our practices because we do have international obligations. So in a nutshell, that is the purpose for the labor legislative reform agenda.
Yeah, but the question people would have is, especially the labor leaders, the labor organizations have raised questions that, you know, these things take too long to come along. So 4 years after coming into office, consultations are still ongoing.
Well, Rishi, let me put it this way. Any attempt to amend any piece of legislation, particularly labor legislation, requires you to consult with the employer, to consult with the unions, and to consult with other government organizations. The consultative process, admittedly, takes time, but in the final analysis, one has to be careful because the very foundation of any amendment is rooted in the consultative process. That's the foundation. And if you don't get that right, as my predecessor learned when he tabled a piece of legislation in the parliament, that the entire the entire cooperative society were up in arms, and the trade union movement were up in arms. So that consultation is necessary. And when you're looking at labor legislation, this has absolutely nothing to do with anyone's term of office. It has to do with a process. And the team and I at the Ministry of Labor, that is exactly what we have been doing. We have been laying a foundation. So, for example, emerging from the consultations that we have had, at least 6 policy position papers have been placed before the Cabinet on the Retrenchment and Severance Benefit Act and the Industrial Relations Act. We also approve a national workplace policy on sexual harassment, and the laws are coming with regards to that. We also looked at contract placed before Cabinet, contract labor, as well as the Cipriani College of Labor and Cooperative Studies. That is now a bill. But really and truly, what we are hoping to see happening is the amendment to at least the Retrenchment and Severance Benefit Act. The Cabinet forwarded those two policy position papers, the Industrial Relations Act and the RSBA, I would say RSBA for short, meaning the Retrenchment and Severance Benefit Act. And those two policy position papers were conveyed to NTAC, the National Tripartite Advisory Council, for its comment. That council comprises of business, labor, and government. And NTAC recently completed the process of examining these two policy position papers, and they are now on their way back to Cabinet. The end result would be being sent to the Honorable Attorney General for the formulation of amendments. And I just want to share with you two important amendments to the Retrenchment and Severance Benefit Act, because we have to fast-track that consultation and the preparation of that policy position paper because of the situation which developed with ArcelorMittal, where over 600 workers lost their jobs. They were retrenched, and up to this day, they have not been paid any kind of benefit. Some of them have over 30 years of service, and therefore we made two important proposed amendments. One, the inclusion of a definition of the term meaningful consultation. And essentially, that involves giving the body consulted a fair and adequate opportunity to really appreciate and understand the matters about which it is being consulted, and to express views and those subject to be fully and comprehensively discussed. And the other amendment that we propose is the formal notice of termination in writing to workers, the union, and the Minister of Labor, but no longer in respect to 5 or more workers, but any worker that is being retrenched. Let me just explain that. Under the present law, if an employer is going to retrench workers, they must inform the Minister of Labor once it is 5 or more workers. If they are retrenching less than 5 workers, the law as it is presently constructed does not require an employer to inform the Minister of Labor. So that many employers engage in retrenchment on that basis. They will retrench less than 5 here, less than 5 here, less than 5 here, because they're not required to inform the minister. So our statistics would never really capture the true essence of the retrenchment landscape in Trinidad and Tobago. We intend to plug that hole.
Minister, one of the major questions people are asking is how many people would have lost their jobs for the last 4 years? Do you have that figure?
I don't have that figure at hand. Certainly that figure is available.
All right. Thank you very much, Minister Jenifer Baptiste Primus, Minister of Labour and Small Enterprise Development, joining us via phone, giving us an update on some of the things the Ministry of Labour is doing.